The GOAT Prime Jordan got bullied by a rookie, and the rookie almost got away with it. We finna get into it. So stay tuned. When rookie Shaq bullied prime Michael Jordan and almost got away with it. That's what we're reacting to today. Now, a lot of people think Jordan's the GOAT. I'd say majority of people think Jordan's the GOAT. I'm different, but we not getting into that today. New name on air with D. Blair. We changed the name up. If y'all, anyone who's an artist or anything, make graphic design something, hit me up, hit my email up so I can get a new logo or a banner or something. So we finna get straight to it, man.
On January 16th, 1993, Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal had one of the greatest duels of the decade.
That's a big dude. And this is before he was 350. When he was 350, it was not even, it was scary. Bron getting the okay. I know I said I wasn't going to the GOAT conversation. Just real quick. I just gotta point this out real quick. Just real quick, man. If this was LeBron, he'd be getting destroyed on Twitter. Like, they'd be on this head on Twitter. If this was LeBron and LeBron was doing this, number one, Jordan should have got ejected for it. Or at least a tech, not ejected. He should have got some type of tech. Ooh. 29-24. Shaq was going
in a back and forth
stupid.
battle that went into overtime, Jordan dropped 64 points
God.
in a 30-20 game with 5 blocks. The Magic, a brand new franchise that finished with just 21 wins in the previous season, defeated the reigning NBA champs. This was only
64
the second time Shaq faced off against Jordan, but in one of the quietest rivalries in NBA history, this saga was far from.
Nah, I gotta see where he bullied him though.
In fact, in this epic matchup, Shaq would do something that would come back to haunt him years later.
See, I gotta see it. That man has 64. I gotta see the bullet. Oh. That wasn't even bad like that. Let me see the replay though. For in regular speed, that didn't look bad.
I can't let him dunk on me. That's not gonna happen. I had to touch him up. There's one I'm not getting dunked on. That'll be a poster forever because Mike was the man at the time.
That's not even bad. That's not bad. That's like a foul today.
I don't need your help.
His wrist
But
hurt.
I'm coming
So
back. Don't you worry.
okay.
If you want to be on camera, you want to be.
So let me put this out there though. Let me put this out.
Whatever it is.
It wasn't a hard, to me that wasn't even just a hard foul. Now, granted, it's Shaq and his rookie. Like, if this was Lakers Shaq, Jordan might have been concussed. But since this is rookie Shaq, Shaq was big, but Lakers Shaq was he was legit like a building. Like, but that wasn't even a hard foul like that.
Driving to the basket, MJ gets hammered by Shaq.
Hammered?
That was just as much psychological.
That wasn't that bad.
Physical. Ever since Shaquille O'Neal stepped onto a basketball court, his message was to prove.
Yo, that's not that bad, man.
Everyone else.
It's a foul, yes.
How hard you came at him, he would come back.
Yo, that's not bad.
Harder.
Are we?
But
come
in
on,
his
man.
attempt to get inside Jordan's head, Shaq inadvertently sparked a fire inside MJ that would later lead to a career-altering decision. In the early 90s, Shaquille O'Neal bullied his way into NBA superstar status like no other rookie had done before. In his first 10 games, Shaq was putting up stat lines that no 20-year-old rookie should be putting up. The basketball...
Whoa, wait a minute. That was his first 10 games in the league. Golly. He was averaging 27-17 with 3 blocks.
Shaq was putting up stats
no
20-year-old rookie should be putting up.
That's insanity.
Knew he would be good, but this good, this early, was unheard of. In 1996, Shaq made the 50 greatest players in NBA history list in just his 3rd season at the age of 23. To put this into perspective, the youngest player in last year's All-Star game was 22.
Okay, this is, and you can tell this is an old video because they're under 25. LeBron's 34. Dirk's on here, so that's how you know it's old.
At the moment, these are the best 23-year-olds in the NBA. It would be an impossible stretch to say that any of these players would be considered
this had to be like 2 years ago
of all time. In fact, only 2 of them have an all-star appearance. And yet, at this point in his career, Shaq was on the same list as the best players to ever lace up.
That's
but
crazy.
No matter how incredible Shaq was, as long as Jordan was in the league, he would be an afterthought in regards to the best player in the NBA. The conversation is always Kobe versus Michael, but while Kobe was trying to earn a spot on his high school's varsity team, Shaq was busy trying to dethrone a prime Michael Jordan. And after
Shaq was different though.
And again, Shaquille O'Neal actually succeeded.
Yep.
After the 1992-93 season, took his infamous break from basketball, leaving the door wide open for Shaq to take over the NBA. Just one season into the league.
If he got hit by this Shaq, I'd be like, okay. But that first foul was not that bad.
Were taken by surprise when a prime Michael Jordan retired from basketball. And with Jordan busy playing baseball, Shaq asserted himself as the most dominant player on the planet. Jordan leaving the game was the best thing that could ever have happened for a young Shaquille O'Neal. At this point, the Magic had established themselves as the best team in the East behind their young dynamic duo.
Shaq was different.
Each game getting one step closer to the seemingly inevitable fact that Shaquille O'Neal was going to be the face of the NBA for the foreseeable future. In the next 2 seasons, Shaq had turned a failing franchise into an NBA powerhouse. From 21 wins to 57 wins in just 3 seasons, topping the East in 1995.
Shaq's rookie season, 41. They get Penny 50, 57, 60 wins.
Selections, a Rookie of the Year award, and a scoring title at just 22 years
all
old.
within 3 to 4 years. About 3 years.
He had the team, he had the talent, and Mike had vacated his #1 spot. How could you possibly stop a 7'1", 300-pound freak of nature?
You wanted to get away from the media. They had no more challenges. Less than 2 years, you're back.
Just at the moment Shaq thought he was free from Jordan's reign, Michael decided maybe basketball was a sport after all, and returned to the game in the spring of 1995. And that fast track to the NBA Finals just took a detour for Shaq.
Oh, that was a nasty layup.
Played Shaq, the Magic weren't even a playoff team. Now, just 2 seasons later, they were the best team in the East and had all the ingredients for a future dynasty. Meanwhile, the Bulls were recovering from their Jordanless year, and for the first time since the 80s, the Bulls didn't look like the obvious favorite. In the 1995 NBA playoffs, 2 years after their last matchup, Shaq would finally get his chance to officially snatch the torch from Jordan. And he did just that.
Big guy gets it.
Okay, this is the problem I have with, cause we're gonna get into it, cause he's gonna talk about how Shaq and the Magic beat him.
Looks for the lob and Shaq drops it in. Starts to back in. Will comes over to help, and you can't do that. Well, the Bulls side for Shaq. O'Neal jump hook. And he's 2 for in
against Shaq. Try to adjust in the air, and he will.
Shaq with a steal.
Oh, that was in the playoffs. Oh, you can't get ripped in the playoffs, Scotty. You got to take care of the ball. It'd be different with like Gary Payton. Can't let Shaq rip you. Shaq killing.
On the floor, Shaq, and that'll do it. O'Neal with the slam.
That little weak dunk.
Magic are going to win this series over the Chicago Bulls. The Orlando Magic here come.
Okay, so they won in Chicago. This is what I do not like. Okay, this bothers me. Like, alright, y'all finna. I love Jordan just like everyone else. in my opinion, he's the second greatest player of all time. That's just my opinion. Now, his game is more appealing to watch, but I think LeBron is better. Just like you'd say KD, his game is probably more appealing to watch, but Giannis is the best player in the league. Or like Steph's is more appealing to watch, but Giannis is the best in the league. That's exactly how I feel about the GOAT conversation. So there's one thing people bring up, like with this series, the Bulls lost to the Magic. That's when in Orlando, Jordan got ripped and lost the game. Okay, so, and I just thought of this not like recently. Okay, so Jordan got ripped, lost the game in Orlando. People talk about the mentality and all that. Here's the thing. Let me look. Maybe if I look at stats, it'll make it better. But I would think Jordan's the reason they just lost the game. I would think he'd come out, killer mentality, and like just take over this game or take over the game after in order to win the series or take over the whole series, right? But they lost. Now, when they lost, everyone says Jordan was just coming back, which is, he's true, but the thing I don't like is they pretty much make an excuse for him to lose. Jordan just came back. But you credit the stuff he was doing when he just came back, like the 55 against the Knicks. Nobody, because if we're saying he just came back, why should only the good count and not the bad? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like you can't say anything bad about Jordan. That's just the only thing I don't like. How they discredit LeBron and all them, they should discredit Jordan when he deserves it. Jordan wasn't perfect. That's the only thing that bothers me about the whole argument. They make it seem like Jordan had they say he had no flaw. They said he did nothing wrong. That's not true. That's the only thing that bothers me about the GOAT debate. Jordan was great. He wasn't perfect.
For the first and only time in his prime, Michael Jordan and the Bulls were knocked out of the playoffs. The once unbeatable team had fallen to a 22-year-old Shaquille O'Neal and company.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Shaq's master plan had finally become a reality. A run that shocked the basketball world and even Shaq himself.
I'm studying him because I want what he has. Studying how the refs treat him. I'm studying
how the refs would treat this man Jordan was nuts.
I'm studying his relationship with him and Phil Jackson.
How that man flew.
I'm studying how the opponents look at him and fear him and all that. I definitely want that. He was the best in the game, and I wanted his spot.
Keep in mind, this is a Michael Jordan a season and a half removed from basketball and only 25 games into his return to the league. A 32-year-old MJ who hadn't quite gotten his
That's a nasty layup
to his return to the league.
See, Jordan's game is more appealing to watch, but LeBron to me is a better player.
And he's putting up 31 and 7 a game on one of the best teams in the league. But none of that mattered.
Okay, now I don't want to hear no discredit. The man was averaging 31, 6, and 4 with about almost 3 steals, shooting 50%. I don't want to hear it. He just came back. He was in his prime. He was in his prime and he lost.
He became the only man to ever knock off Michael Jordan in his prime.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear he just came back. That man was averaging 31. He was in his prime, he was back. He said he's back.
Here. A young Shaquille O'Neal dragging a once terrible team to their biggest playoff success in the organization's existence, slaying the once unbeatable monster in Chicago. But if there's one thing we've learned about basketball in the 90s, Michael Jordan always gets the last laugh.
Dog, he threw another what's called in there. I wasn't even ready for this one. Look, I just don't like when they say he's perfect. He was perfect in the finals, like his record.
Went on their 1996 revenge tour. Absolutely bullied.
They talk about his career like it was perfect.
NBA records and winning
That's what bothered me.
In a single season at the time. A reminder to the NBA that Michael Jordan and his squad were still the best basketball team on the planet. But behind this return to glory, an underlying motive for their success was driving Jordan to get back to that rare moment of failure in the previous season, to get revenge on the only man to beat him while he was on top. Following a regular season where the Bulls won 2 of 3 matchups against the Magic,
Steve Kerr hit a Euro. I didn't even know they had that back then.
In the playoffs. This time in the conference
I didn't even know they was practicing Euros. Till I thought Manu was the first one,
Shaq
or
thought
D-Wade.
it was his time, but Mike had to remind the Diesel that his time was up.
I think they got swept.
Rise to the occasion.
I think they got swept this playoff.
That is the Bulls 1 win away from a trip to the finals, but one giant roadblock still stands in the way.
お前はもう死んでいる。何?
Defense to start this ball game out. Something different.
Line is set up for him. John is guarding Michael Jordan, who shoots.
Jordan killing.
Michael hosting up Bowie.
Tough shots. All meaty. Ooh. Ooh.
With Jordan. Gone by in the third. Nice move by Utah.
Shaq is a different ant. Like, he doesn't even look human. He looks like made up.
Jordan operating against Bowie. Yes. Jordan to the fade at 6. Jordan getting trailed most of the way.
Jordan is cooking. This man cooking. I'm waiting to get to Shaq so I can give my give my pit. There was only 2 Shaq highlights. To me, the equivalent of guarding Shaq is like fighting Mike Tyson. Like, that's the equivalent to me of guarding Shaq on the block.
To the Magic in the season prior, the Bulls
I would never. I'd never.
1996 Eastern Conference Finals.
I would never switch.
38-point blowout in Game 1 and holding the Magic to just
67
points in Game 3. In the 1995
they had no business
playoffs, the
even
Magic
being
won
there.
by an average margin of just 1.25 points, winning the series in 6. In the 1996 playoffs,
38-5, 19-5,
of nearly 17 points, a beatdown of historic proportions. To put this series into perspective,
they were on the road game 1.
Warriors had one of the most dominating runs in NBA playoff history.
Nah, the Bulls ain't beating them.
On their path to a championship. In the finals, they nearly swept the Cavs, winning by an average
but that was
margin
close.
of just 8.5 points.
22,
Jordan
19,
and the Bulls
5.
didn't just beat the Magic. They absolutely buried them in their own building. But despite getting swept, Shaq still held his own, putting up
29,
5,
5,
such a great
27,
player on
10,
a
and
60-win team could get walked like this. Oh, yeah. They were playing the best player to ever touch a basketball on the best team in league history. But Jordan's beatdown on Shaq doesn't end there. See, from 1992 to 1996, the Orlando Magic were quickly becoming one of the best teams in the league, getting better every single season. They had a prime Shaq,
with the Lakers?
a prime Penny Hardaway, a borderline all-star in Nick Anderson, and
a
three-time
something?
champion in Horace Grant. The
He
most
said it don't
lethal
end there.
offense in the NBA, and they were fresh off of a finals appearance. They had all the tools to make a run at a championship for several seasons. But, of course, this never happened. Despite finding success in Orlando, Shaq took his talents to LA, and, of course, the rest is history. But one of the biggest
Would the Bulls have beat Shaq and Kobe?
Is the Shaq and Penny duo. The idea of Shaquille O'Neal taking a new, underwhelming franchise to the promised land and rising up as the new face of the league. Now, there are several reasons as to why Shaq left the Magic, but one that is rarely addressed was his virtually unspoken rivalry with Michael Jordan. Was Shaq dodging Michael Jordan?
Stop.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
I was about to
the
say,
Diesel was without a doubt shaken up by MJ and the Bulls. His ego was hurt, and he knew that as long as he was in the East, and as long as Jordan was playing basketball, he would never be the guy.
Yo!
But in hindsight, Shaquille O'Neal's shortcomings at the hands of Michael Jordan were actually a blessing.
Yo, come on now. I don't think any of him going to the Lakers have anything to do with Jordan. What's going for to pay him a bag?
for his
No,
career.
stop. We gotta chill out.
Toe-to-toe with MJ,
he knew he had no shot.
Every other team was, in Shaq's words.
Nah, that's the one I said is equivalent of fighting Mike Tyson is this Shaq right here. This Shaq might have sent you to the hospital.
Mike is the guy that taught me how to go to the next level. Walking off the court, Mike grabs me and says, "Before you succeed, you must first learn to fail." And that helped me out when I made the move to LA and kept failing, and came to the point where we got to win. Because that's how I became who I am today.
So, although we can thank Michael Jordan for dismantling this team and stripping us from the most lethal young duo of the 90s, we can also thank MJ for running Shaq out of Orlando.
He didn't run him out of Orlando. Stop.
And giving us this.
But Shaq and Kobe
have been cemented in history books because of the impact
they
had
my,
on
ran
the
him
game.
out. Oh
Others
my
were so
God.
That they virtually went undetected.
They wasn't trying to pay him like the Lakers.
The picture, a young Shaquille O'Neal thought he had the league on lock, that the throne was his for the taking. But Michael Jordan gave him a harsh reminder that the crown wasn't his.
That man threw that shot though.
Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
Nah, that move, I think it's an All-Star game where he hit him with that dream shake. That was a nasty move. Hey, that's it for the video. If you're a Jordan fan and you like these Jordan stories, check out the playlist. It'll be somewhere over here on the right. Check out all the Jordan stories, man. It's some crazy ones. So that's it for the video when a rookie Shaq bullied prime Jordan and almost got away with it. Again, if you're new, make sure you like, comment, share. Hit the subscribe button. Catch you on the next one. Until then, I'm out. Peace.